Hey everyone, Rather Go here. Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, Holy Fury. And right now, we're just in the awkward period of time where we wait to douse Saxony, because we're gaining troops a lot faster than I feel like they are, on account of our war-torn lands slowly recovering. We can't raid anyone because we've already raided everyone. So we're just going to chill out for a couple of years, let buildings finish. Most importantly, we finally have the ability to make a shipbuilder once this weaponsmith finishes. Now, unfortunately, that technology hasn't spread to the rest of Norway yet, so it's literally the only place in Norway that can build ships. But that's better than nothing, which is where we previously were. It's gotta be a quirk of the map, but I swear to God, this is saying that shipbuilding here is better than anywhere on the coast. So, Gare is no longer wounded. Oh shit, he did get scarred. Awesome, so he's getting monthly prestige now, even though he's a little kid. And he can lose 2 learning and gain 1 martial. He has 0 diplomacy. I mean, his learning is gonna be terrible no matter what. What is state learning used for? Monthly piety? I don't really care about learning, to be honest. So yeah, sure. I'm not gonna risk giving him stressed over a trait that over a stat I don't actually care about. Okay, seriously guys, peasant revolts? Do we even have peasants? 420 troops, huh? One of the double dukes that I made wants to arm wrestle me. And, like, by all accounts, I'm a stronger man than he is, but who knows? Oh, it's a revolt in your land. I was wondering who was unhappy enough. Let me check revolt risk real quick. Okay, so literally the only areas at risk of revolt are the areas Metalpad previously had. Look. Gee, come on, guys. Christ. Look, just start walking up there to deal with it. You lose 150 renown for losing an arm wrestling competition? Isn't that like a bit fucking much? Okay, no, haughty is just bad. It makes you worse at stewardship, and it develops into, more likely than not, a bad trait. I'll just lose prestige, it's fine. Although, counterpoint, that was a girl in my dynasty, so, like, maybe she didn't matter enough and I preferred 20 prestige. Why are you getting attrition? Because the supply limit is 2,000, goddamn. Metalpad, why are you so terrible? As far as favors go, I'm fine with that one. So, the law we just passed, correct me if I'm wrong. We've made it so that people that we don't have, because we're tribals, we made it so that the mayors will pay more taxes than troops. Which is totally random, first of all. But second of all, I want that. Like, realistically, I want everything perfectly in the middle, because that's the most efficient in terms of raw numbers, and I don't feel like doing the math to figure out what's better, but, like, if something is better, it's going to be things like tax focus in cities. Haven't been paying attention. Yes, this is finished. Build a shipbuilder. It is the highest priority in our entire kingdom. I'm not going to build anything with my remaining prestige. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to lead the troops myself for prestige. I was considering doing that. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize time was unpaused. I'm just bad at this game. I'm just really, really terrible at the game. Look, guys, you're supposed to be my peasant revolt, but I can't help but notice you are simply running away and not actually revolting in my lands. Now, it would be funny to sacrifice him to Odin. Can I ransom him? No. Regardless, end the war. Entry, granted prisoners. 7 characters for 102 gold. That sounds pretty good. I doubt that's actually going to happen. We'll check and see at the end of it if we actually have 132 gold. Yeah, no, lots of people had the same options. And they can only accept 1 ransom at a time. Well, you see, lose 1 diplomacy is a substantially better downside, because I already have 0. I don't know if, like, it only displays a 0 and it's actually counting negatives, so I'll never get above 0 now, but, I mean, I'm already at 0. There's no point in bothering. I can rank up in society now. That seemed really fast. Brave, cruel. I just have a lot of traits that give me monthly prestige, I guess. Neat. Or renown, rather. So going up in ranks, I'm gonna get 0.25 more monthly prestige, 1 more martial, 5 more personal combat. I get the ability to right-click on a holding in order to instantly refill its garrison. Oh shit, I get War Sacrifice now. That's actually really helpful for my war with Saxony. And, not to be cruel, but it also gives me something to do with my slow son. And I mean, it's only fitting, right? I am cruel. I'm just role-playing accurately, that's what's going on. Okay, so right now my Chancellor Hrolfr is, got favors to everyone else and he's making them all vote no to tribal authority. The easy solution to this, of course, is to get a new Chancellor. Now, is there anyone in my realm? Hey, look at this, a loyalist. Congratulations on your new job. And that looks like 3-1 to me. So, guess who's getting higher tribal authority? Okay, we'll fix our council more after this. We're basically just waiting. I'm a veteran now, hot damn. Okay, so, out of curiosity, does that bonus stack with the previous one for -20? It's actually gone down to -5. So it definitely doesn't stack with the previous one. I know I probably should have imprisoned and killed that guy who's spreading vicious rumors about me, or at least plotted to kill him. Can I find him? I don't remember where he lives. Are you a Viking yet? Nope, you're just a legendary Viking. Not a Viking, that's optional. You just skipped the Viking part, went straight to legendary Viking. Very, very advanced strategy. Okay, so I want a Chancellor that can actually, like, do his job. I have a powerful vassal that is a dull, lunatic cannibal. Okay. Wind it back. Everyone stop. Can I get a different vassal there, please? So, this guy is a quad count. Where's he at? Oh, it's the guy... How did your dad die? It was dysentery, right? Alright, I was worried this guy ate him for a second. Okay. Like, he just wants to go partying and groom it. Oh. I was gonna say he seems like a fine guy, but he might want to groom an heir to eat them, but more importantly, one of the worst things that can happen when you go partying is you invite a cannibal, because cannibals eat people at parties. Do people want you dead? Because, like, they obviously should. I want you dead, and I barely interact with you. Oh my god, no one cares. I can only get 71% addition. There we go, another guy. If I kill you, will it split your land between multiple heirs? This guy seems like a much better candidate for rule than you. Like, sure, he's craven and content, which are bad traits for a ruler. But he's not a cannibal! Yeah, this guy needs to die. I can't have a powerful vassal who is a possessed lunatic cannibal. Is he actually possessed? I don't need to exaggerate. He's a dull lunatic cannibal. He's not possessed. Satan has nothing to do with this. You're goddamn right he's a brilliant strategist. Oh my god, he got siege leader? Now, admittedly, he's a poor diplomat, and by a poor diplomat, I mean he hasn't improved, and he is exactly as good at diplomacy now as the moment he was born, which is underwhelming. He's only marginally better at reading books, and he's an average at best steward and spy master. The fact that I've been getting to call 6s and 7s average really just shows how bad the quality of my leaders has been. I'm gonna change my wording there. He is a bad but acceptable steward and spy master. He does, however, have 19 martial and one of the best possible commander traits. He is a stubborn, deceitful, uncouth dullard. Just every unflattering animal icon possible. He's a cow, he's a mule, he's a frog, he's a snake. No one can say anything good about this guy. They can say that he has stylish scars and that he's jacked. That's it. Well, whatever. There have been worse heirs. How's the inheritance looking? I haven't checked that in a while. Literally everyone voting for him. No one even wants another candidate. Good. Oh, hell yeah. Steel and tech like it's nobody's business. I think we definitely upgrade legalism. Like, we're going to need that for stuff eventually. And we have another military tech already. Jesus Christ, our new spy master is getting shit done. Compared to our old spy masters, we're doing so much better than we used to. Upgrading... Wait, what is it? Military organization? No, that's global supply... Wait, yes, revenues. That should give me a ton of retinue, right? Yes, I can basically double my retinue counts if I had the prestige. I will get as many as I can. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more, which is great. I need more prestige now. I'm losing prestige per month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my levies. Tell all of them to group up here. And we're going to go sieging. Go pillaging, rather. We're going to get started on this whole pillaging Saxony into the ground plan that I have. Because I'm going to need prestige anyway, on account of having to fill up all of these retinues. And then I need to buy more retinues even once I stop losing prestige. Child needs an education focus. Alright, this girl actually came out decently. She's going to likely be a good steward. 6,000 men, huh? That is pretty decent. Auto-balance the units. Put myself in charge, because raiding is pretty much completely safe, and I can get extra people by doing this myself. I'm going to bring Sigurdur and Ake with me, just because I won't... Not necessarily because I feel like I need the commanders, but because the more Sigurdur spends time with me, the less he can make children. There's a very serious merit to keeping a levy raised and having him... Just like having him command my retinue while it stands around to make him not stay at home. Do we outnumber them hard enough that we could theoretically just crash in? Are you guys still at war with stuff? Like, you should be warring something, right? You have a truce, you're hostile towards me due to being raided. Wait, did that... Have we done it? Dear God, we have boats. I mean, we have boats in the future. Right now we have 0 out of 15 boats. But we are actually able to Vike now. We can go on Vikes. We can have our name of... We can have our title of Viking actually be true. 15 boats isn't shit, though. I can only really skim top gold with 15 boats. I could possibly siege down every holding on Ireland. I couldn't siege anything like in the mainland, and I'm kind of scared of standing there for long anyway. I might be able to siege stuff down in Ireland, though. And since these guys are single county counts, I could actually siege them down, too. So there's actually some stuff I can do right now just because so many people are independent. And once they finally have an army moving up, I'm just going to see it ahead of time and leave if it's bigger than mine, which it probably isn't. Reykjavik prospers, obviously because of all the boats. Stole money. Let's kill this pile of troops. Now, that's only 2,000 right now, so I'm not afraid at all. Oh right, we're assassinating somebody. Yeah, because he's a cannibal. Yeah, I forgot about that. I got really distracted thinking about wars. Okay, so the good news is I killed the man. The bad news is that everyone knows I killed him, and apparently they don't care that he was a cannibal and deserved it. How long does this last? I assume my whole fucking life. 50 years, if I make it to 84, they'll forget about it. This 10-year-old escaped. It's fine. Speaking of, anyone have money yet? Hey, people have money. My son is continuing throwing away all of his other skills to get better martial. Stewardship actually matters, please don't do that. If this is all he has, then it's not enough. Now, there's a hilarious chance that while I'm walking between these tiles, he'll disband his armies thinking that he's safe. I don't know if he will, but that would be hilarious if he does. Well, neither of these seem like good things. I don't really want a bunch of people with high intrigue running around, so I guess I'm gonna make her cruel. So, my slow son needs a focus, and he's actually a decent diplomat, and it's the only thing he's good at learning, so yeah, he's coming out better than I expected him to. I still expect him to fail catastrophically, but I mean, I expected him to not even make it this far. I thought he would just randomly die of the flu since he got it twice. Alright, stole some money, ruined the levies. If he lets me, I will absolutely just fight his 2,000 stack. I'm friends with the whiner, and the whiner already loves me. I'm dishonorable? Is that what a known murderer is called? No, known murderer is called a known murderer. I don't know what I did that was dishonorable. Let's be friends though. Can I satisfy my powerful vassals? Because I never did fix my council now that I think about it. Ormer I can satisfy for sure. This guy looking like not... You are very upset that I killed your cannibal brother. I mean, I'm already a known murderer. Shit. I was gonna change the counselor anyway. If I'm already a known murderer... So this isn't his guy, and it's just like some random kid. Yeah, it literally is some random kid. It's not his kid. I don't know what that's about. But regardless, if I wanted to kill you, since everyone already knows that I'm a murderer and you're the only person upset about the murders, that doesn't go so well. Damn, everyone likes you. Or maybe they hate me now. It's kind of getting hard to tell the difference. Well, I can't possibly appease this guy. I can't possibly appease Sigurdur. So, in order, I can't really appease any of these guys. Sigurdur for all of the Sigurdur problems we've had the entire campaign. Ormer is, I've got a lot of problems with him, but the big one is... Where is it? Oh, I've accidentally already appointed him. Even with all the bonuses from appointing him, he'll still hate me because the guy I was found out murdering, yeah, it was his brother. So he's a bit mad about that. Ormer here, though, could theoretically be appeased, but only barely. And he's not really good at much. I'd have to get rid of my loyalist marshal, who's better than him, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to leave all of them out. I'm going to get this... I'm going to get this loyalist on the board instead. Trig here is only marginally worse, and he's a loyalist. Wait, this is a powerful vassal, let's not replace him. Is Baldur important? Not really. Oh, he's the infirm malnourished guy that I thought would die any day now. I could put Trig on the council here for Spy Master, he's only marginally worse. This guy's been doing great as Spy Master, I'm not replacing him until he dies. And I can't get a loyalist for Seer, not that I have really any options for Seer to begin with. So I can't do much for my council. Really all I did was get a loyalist steward. And I was kind of hoping to appease powerful vassals, not get more yes men. I can't pass laws right now. Wait. Every single one of my kids is getting this event without it become cruel or deceitful. Now, unfortunately, George is only good at diplomacy, and both of these items will reduce his diplomacy. I guess I'll take cruel because it reduces it less, and ideally he'll never have vassals to suffer the penalty. It looks like I'm just going to kill his 2,000 stack because he's going to let me. I mean, this is a one-sided battle. I should be completely safe to lead it. That sounds like a risk I don't need to take. Let's let someone else lead the center. Like, we're so far ahead that it can't possibly be needed for me to have that bonus. Who are you? King of Serbia wants a normal marriage between one of my daughters, she isn't betrothed to anyone, obviously, and one of his kids. And it sounds to me like he wants a non-aggression pact with me. I don't care at all. So the guy I put into the middle instead of me, because I was afraid of dying, I'll just read it. Ake is a belligerent commander, fighting with the strength of a hydra. Not that anyone's keeping count, but I find myself wondering how many enemies he's taken down single-handedly at this point. Save some for me, will you? I call across the forest. He's a one-man army. Pfft, what a show-off. I'll get either envious or ambitious. Envious seems like it's nothing but good for me, since my diplomacy's trash anyway. And ambitious is a great trait. Yes, I got ambitious. That's perfect. I'm just going to jump these guys, and then come down to raid these two more last two places. Oh wait, I've never actually pillaged this one. I'll pillage this before I jump them. And also that lets them rebuild morale, so they'll actually fight me instead of running away immediately. Man, children are just breaking out of my prison left and right. Oh, my concubine is letting them out. Tight insecurity. So, how many of my own wives and concubines are in jail? Just this one? Look, you're getting old anyway, so set concubine aside. Are all of my concubines getting up in age? Yes. And you are too. Can I get somebody with better stewardship than you if I wanted to? Yes, I can. It's time for a divorce. It's time to replace my entire immediate family. I got really scared because I clicked divorce and then it changed to a man with a red skull because of her dead ex-husband. Oh, that's horrifying. It did the same for me, so I thought she died, even though I just established how that works. Okay, cool. I want this 17-year-old Midas touch girl to marry me. Right now. That's minus 200 prestige. Shit. What can we do about, great houses? Alright, there's a Slavic here that wants to marry a ruler. They're a little bit homosexual. But they're lustful, which I think, yes, being lustful and homosexual is a net gain to fertility. That doesn't seem like it checks out in my head, but... Okay, so that's slightly better. So that's slightly better than my previous wife. What? Political concerns? Don't give me that shit. Who are you? What political concerns do you have? You're aware that I'm going to conquer you if you don't do this, right? Can I send him gifts to trick him into accepting this? Look, I'll give you $15. Just let me marry your daughter. Still no? Okay, so I rambled a whole lot, ended up taking a break, because I had a hard time finding people to get his concubines, to get married to, and to betroth my kids to. So, easiest one first. My 3 youngest kids are all daughters, they're all unbetrothed, and there's no one with good genetics to betroth them to, so they're still unbetrothed. For me, I couldn't afford to marry someone that wasn't inside of a great house, and the only Midas-touched people inside of great houses that were available for me, didn't want to. The only one I could find had political concerns because their kid had a claim, as though that would stop me from conquering them if I didn't have a claim. So I just married some girl with relatively high stewardship from a noble house, so that I would gain 4 prestige instead of losing 200. Because I really can't afford to lose 200 prestige. Too many lost home gangs for that shit. As for concubines, I took a random 3rd concubine, just like a girl with relatively high fertility because of Midas touched. And then I took these two girls, because they're both basically the same person. They're mystic, genius, master theologian. And I think they must come from an event, because they're not married, they don't have ex-husbands. They're both Slavic with very similar verse 3 traits. So they must be events. I've taken them both as concubines, because they still have a couple of chances. Like, they could reasonably produce children, and genius is easily the best genetic trait, so it's worth, like, potentially wasting a few years on relatively infertile women. And my 3rd concubine is just some random person with Midas touched. So that's marriage game handled. So we can finally go back to raiding. That was like, on your end, probably 2 minutes, but that was like half an hour for me. Distractions ahoy, man. You became Midas touched, and I was very close to right, 19. You almost hit 20. And once you get rid of stress, you actually will. And you're betrothed to a genius, aren't you? A frail, slothful genius, but a genius nonetheless. This is too fucking real. I've married my wife for her stewardship score, and it's literally an event where you ask your wife for help with stewardship. 20% chance gain 1, 80% chance gain content. Okay, here's the thing. Monthly piety is actually nice for me, because I might be declaring holy wars before the end of my life. Intrigue -1 means nothing to me. Liege opinion means nothing to me. Oh wait, I'm ambitious. Content would overwrite that. Well, that narrows it down to I can tame these numbers pretty instantly. Alright, that's that. We can hit these 900 again. Oh, I remember now why it was such a big deal for me to go fix my betrothal stuff, because it was like concubines that were letting people out of jail. There we go, that's it. Am I on 5, or did the fight just go that quickly? I'm on 5. I'm on 4. The fight was just really fast. It's looking a whole lot like they just can't stop me. How many boats do I have at this point? I can raise 3 boats, which like is obviously a bad number of boats, but it means that I can pillage all of this if they just don't have the army to stop me. I just bring the boats around. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. Look, 3 and 4 are not the same number game. I don't understand. I'm gonna move my boats to here, so I can get an idea of if troops are moving towards me. All of my concubines just died immediately after I set them aside, I think. My son continues to sacrifice everything in the pursuit of higher martial scores. Unfortunately, he picked Stewardship again, and I can't have that. Just the endless defensive hack spam. Stole one kid. Was he worth money? Yes, he was. And from what I've seen, they just don't have any troops down here to stop me. So, I could potentially just dow them now, is what I'm getting out of that. However, there's really no reason to. He has 4K. I don't know why he's not doing anything. He's in another war? No, he's at truce. He has 4,000 troops, plus allies, and he's just not stopping me. I think maybe what it is that he can't call his allies to defend against Vikings, because I'm not technically at war with him. And he's not feudal, so he can't just raise vassal levies. So all he ever has is a 4K stack plus wherever I currently am's army. Which would mean he would never have more than 7K combined to deal with me because he can't call in vassals to fix it. He would need to be at war so he can attach their armies and then bring them over. I think that's what's happening. Which is like a weird gamey bullshit thing that shouldn't be happening, but I will abuse the hell out of it. What are the defenders looking like in these areas? 500s? I could probably just blitz through this super quickly. You also finished your education with 14. Someone died in the dungeons. That might have actually been my last concubine, because I did throw one in the dungeons for helping people break out of the dungeons. Okay, so typically I don't do this. However, I am reforming the faith relatively soon. And I can't help but think that this is my best child. Which would mean that I could potentially make this my heir. If they were ambitious, they'd have high stewardship, decent martial, decent diplomacy, decent intrigue. I don't care about their learning, but it would be actually good. Okay, you should be more ambitious. I'm down with that. I don't know what she's busy with. I'm gonna point her shield sister, though. Shield Maiden, rather. So now she gets Piety, Personal Comment plus 10, Pagan Opinion plus 5, Religion, Same Trade Opinion plus 15. Are you happy that I made you a Shield Maiden? Yes. Yes, you are, for 30 fucking years, which is basically my whole life. I don't know why I can't recruit you to the Warrior Lodge. What would you be busy with? So I want to marry the highest stewardship available, but they're all fucking ancient. Maybe I should recruit commanders from the Wolf Warriors? Like if I just summon a lodge commander, maybe? Because I can do that, right? How much renown do I have? Enough. Only once. So I'm thinking like maybe I should like start summoning people into my court. Oh shit, I should raise a runestone for sure. Yes. Well, those are some pretty weak options. I'll let it speak of me. Of sharing, of brave, and of cruel. We'll say that I feared nothing. That I dual secured the ring 3 times. And came out ahead. Ransom the prisoners that we can. It's not what I'm here for, though. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start inviting people to court. I can invite holy men to court. I can invite a lot of them to court, actually. That's an idea. I'm going to check and see if these things can invite people with genetics. Because if so, I might spend all of my piety doing this. Okay, so I actually can't find anyone online saying anything about this. So this is one of those things where this is a reason I'm glad I'm not playing on Iron Man. I'm actually just going to spend literally all of my money inviting people to court and see if anyone spawns with genetics. Alright, so now that I'm back in time, let's search my court for a giant, for someone who's left-handed, for a hunchback. So all of those did show up, and the attractive guy came from this. Alright. So it is possible to spawn genetic traits. It's just unlikely, which makes sense because genetic traits are unlikely. So, I think that means that we actually are going to do this. How much piety do I need to reform the religion? I don't want to spend under that. 750. Now, the other options... Invite Holy Man to Court is just piety. Noble costs me money. Commander costs me money. Lodge Commander doesn't. Lodge Commander costs me renown, though, which is, like, super expensive, and I want the Lodge Commander to be alive for the war. He can just randomly die between then and when I fight Saxony, so I don't want to do that. So I just want to invite a load of holy men to court. I just want to go down to, like, 800 prestige and see if I get anyone useful. No genetics at all in this match. Do I at least have a better seer out of this? Much. How hard would it be to get somebody who would be a loyalist out of all of these relatively great seers? I don't think I can get anyone actually who likes me out of this. I don't think I can convince any of them to be loyalists, so I'm just going to take the one who's best at his job and have him start hunting apostates. Okay, so now that we're done with learning how that mechanic works, and it can in fact produce people with genetic traits, it's just as likely as those genetic traits would be on a randomly born citizen, we can go back to raiding, which should be really, really easy. Alright, he's called his allies. Does that mean he's in a war? Okay, so he can call his allies. Wait. All those numbers are really small. You can't call... They're really small because they've been pillaged. I don't know why this is 4 and that's 6. Because those are tribal. Like, I don't... He just called 4 people from a tribal holding that still has its levies unraised. And I literally don't know what that means he did. But I'm going to keep raiding because I don't think he's going to stop me. I lose the trait Wrath. Is that good? It sounds good. It means I lose +3 martial, get a bit of intrigue and diplomacy back, I lose 3 combat. Honestly, I'm so committed to martial, I'm not convinced that's good. Alright, good to know. If loot has the chance of going to your border or a boat, it goes to the boat instead, which is how it should work. And I've got a big advanced warning because of my boat if they're coming towards me. The runestone is raised. While he still lived, Thorder, son of Gare, had this stone raised in his own memory. Even his enemies cannot deny the great courage. Even his enemies cannot deny the great courage of Thordor. Those who knew him can swear that when faced with danger, he was always without fear. Especially evident at that one time when he fought a giant bear and couldn't save everyone because the bear was just so giant. You leave the stone contention the knowledge that many centuries from now, when it's paid as long as it's faded, scholars will study these runes in an effort to glean wisdom from their words. I'm not sure any words I've ever written had any wisdom to them. Unless it was about how to lead the center and survive. I might have been decently informed on that. Let's fucking arm wrestle. I'll try not to lose this time. Because it costs me 100 prestige when I lose an arm wrestling competition, which doesn't really seem fair to me. I can try to increase my chance by cheating. I mean, I'm better than him. I don't need to do that. You weakling. He wants to duel me now. Damn. I should have been nice. Challenge accepted. This is how we died. Okay, it's not how we died. Good. Do I dislike you? Are you actually... Oh, you're my friend. I didn't think he'd duel me if he was my friend. I didn't know that at the time. I was just being an ass. I thought it was funny. But I'm surprised he challenged me to a duel if we were friends. Apparently that doesn't have any modifier to it. I don't want to kill him. We're friends. Like, having friend vassals is good. Unfortunately, he's severely injured, so he's probably dead. Whoa, whoa. Hey, Thordor Iron Grip. That's a pretty cool name. I can live with that. It's not Iron Side, but it's decent. Alright, so continuing with the pillaging. I don't... Like, he clearly raised troops a little bit ago, but he's not doing... Is this your vassal? That would explain... Yeah, your vassal is doing this, not you. Vassal is doing it poorly. Oh, he's raiding. It's not actually war. That explains it. Yeah, he's doing it again, raising 3 and 5 from... I don't get it. I really don't. We're up to 13 ducats. And more importantly, we're destroying the levies of a man who's supposed to go to war with us soon. So at this point I have to decide how deep am I willing to go to raid him. This is... I definitely want to siege these. This is 1,000 men, over 1,000 men I can kill just in these two holdings. There's his army, 4,000. I can take that. I can just walk up to him and kill him. You get the fuck back here. Sure, you don't need anything but muscles, dude. So you're actually at war with someone now, I'm assuming. Well, he's over a river now, so I would normally... I can get to here and then jump him? I actually don't know if I can. I'm hostile towards him, but I don't know if that means we'll fight each other if we're in foreign territory. I'm just gonna go back, disband... Wait, is this a subjugation war? Don't tell me you're subjugating him. Okay, it's a conquest war. Over... this one tile. But it's a big-scale conquest war, so I'm just gonna go back and start this, I think. Dock. Whole 18 ducats. Disband. Funny effect of this, I can smash the army they have in Denmark, not in Denmark, in southeast Sweden, as I come back before I raise my levies properly for the war. Got 560 prestige and it's all getting turned into retinues. Okay. I think we're about to conquer Saxony. I think this is go time. This would be a lot easier if I'd found a way to get this army. How long does this take me? 1st of September? This is super small territory, apparently. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna see if I can get his 4,000 stack, because it makes my life so much easier. This is a different stack. Okay, so things are terrifying now. I need to leave. This guy has a 4,900 stack. Holy shit, what a vassal. Oh wait, you're the other team. That's even. That's even. I'm just gonna let them fight and leave. Intrigue options. Can I do stuff that's useful to making people like me? Alright, summon the Lodge Commander. He's a brawny giant. He's also a terrible commander. But he is a brave, brawny giant. He's a trusting, misguided warrior, and he's greedy. That is a hell of a guy. That's funny, but I don't think I'm ever gonna use you. Second thing though, let's hold a tribal festival. Alright, so I think I just walk back, disband my levies, call everyone to arms after the tribal festival goes through. So, based on the hat, I'm assuming that you're a hero. Aim along the Moaner. Yes, he's one of only 4 heroes in the order. Oh, I lose 300 if I tell him no. Alright, you're welcome. You can come. I captured this random dude. I'm gonna sacrifice him, so if any of my vassals are zealous, they'll be more likely to agree to my call to war. Also, I might need, I'm gonna start sacrificing everyone I have if I don't see a reason they'd be valuable immediately. Because personal combat might cause me to survive a battlefield duel event. Okay, so I can gain health, and it will make the guy I invited happy. I can lose stewardship, so that's right out. I can spend gold on monthly prestige. I think gaining health is probably a really good choice. Oh, my heir is finally able to marry his... I'm guessing you're a genius person? Yes. Fantastic. Domain too big. Well, that is what happens when you're, like, cripplingly close to, Alright, let's get another round of carousing started before this war goes off. Maybe because I'm enjoying the countryside, I can't go carousing? That's the only thing I can think of. Because none of this says that I should be unable to do it. I'm just going to switch over to stewardship or business. Stewardship, I guess. Because I don't want the levy penalty from being over my domain limit. I just didn't realize that I was on the domain cap. Which I should have, because I knew I was. I had just exactly ticked over it a while back. So I intended to wait longer than this before going to war, but I also intended to wait, like, intentionally too long. Is jumping 800 worth doing? It's gotta be. It might take me, like, 3 months to do, but it's still right. Yeah, they're gonna get away initially. But I should catch them shortly thereafter, right? They're fleeing from the Vikings into the Vikings' lands. I will... This is ridiculous! Alright, I finally called them. Sure, I'll play the drinking game. That's looking like a sacrifice to Odin to me. Can I disband while I'm on top of them? Yes. Okay. Have you been dogpiled yet? Let's fix that. Oh, this is a little bit stressful for me. I'm gonna go check the numbers on all of my levies, see how they're doing. Actually, I'm going to be checking those numbers between episodes. This has been going on for a decent amount of time, and while I don't think it's going to be a long war with Saxony, I think there's going to be a lot of management that has to happen afterwards. So I'm going to end it here. This has been rather incoherent. I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you around.